I'm really thrilled to share with you the 3 secrets of revolutionizing your business. And as an experienced growth strategist, I've seen firsthand the huge impact implementing these secrets or principles have on a company's success. Thanks to Giovanna's vision, we are here to unlock new opportunities for professional growth. And I must say that I'm really impressed by the high caliber of speakers today, the fantastic organization, and of course the great audience. So Giovanna, thank you for bringing us together. Julia already introduced me a bit. My name is Michael Knust. I'm a growth strategist. And to give a bit of my background, I've created 4 multi-million-dollar companies the past 3 decades. I've generated more than $75 million on business for the clients I've been working with. And I'm not saying this to impress you, but to impress upon you. And my goal this afternoon is to give you a deeper understanding of the things. There are so many things shared, and there's a great alignment of themes. So it's really the whole packaging of this event is great. So all the topics are in some form of in alignment with each other. And to set the scene first, there's a huge and unprecedented revolution in the marketplace, the rise in women. Over the past 50 years, women have become more autonomous, more free, more independent, more educated, and more powerful in generations of women ever in history. So that's very interesting. And yeah. And according to Fast Company, women as a group hold the power to define the 21st century. So wow, this is really great. And it made me enthusiastic. What about you? Not so enthusiastic. But, there's a disclaimer. According to Dr. Claire Zammit, a world's leading authority on women empowerment, women experience an agonizing and confusing gap between their daily lives and the things they want to create, the aspirations they have. So, why is it that so many women are feeling so powerful, but yet so powerless if it comes to creating the things they are yearning for? Is it because of the mental health issues? Together with my wife, we have several mental health institutions for women. And what we observe is that never, ever in history, there are so many people dealing with mental health issues such as burnout, stress, of course, depression, panic disorders, anxiety. And a shocking statistic is that 1 in 4 people are experiencing mental health issues. Or is it because of the masculine, ego-centered system, which have brought us far, but is now slowly destroying us? So my question was, why is it that so many people are suffering, leading their lives in quiet desperation, selling for less, and live a life of an unfulfilled life? According to a joint research between Harvard Business Review Analytics and EY, Never in history there were so many people are desperately looking for something that would give them fulfillment, will make their life better, easier, and giving them more fulfillment. And that brings me to my first secret, soul purpose. This business world is, the business environment we are living in today is in permanent state of disruption. And entrepreneurs, companies are continuously seeking for a genetic code, a new genetic code. A code that will help them, continue to help them to evolve, survive, and thrive. And what we see that there are millions of women making the shift from achievement to self-actualization. More than ever, women are awakening to a new stage of evolution. They not want to become just more successful, more achieving success. They also want to become themselves more fully. They want to experience deep intimacy, thriving relationships, unleash their gifts, uncover their purpose, explore their spirituality, and last but not least, make a significant contribution in the life of others. And that made me realize that we have to have a completely different way of looking at building successful businesses. Normally, you start building a business and you're working harder and harder, and before you know it, you realize it, your business takes over. And then suddenly, at one night, you realize your life has now become a part of your business. So what I found is that, and it was already addressed a few times, what I found is that we have to do a deep search within ourselves and looking for clarity for what we have to bring here to this earth, to this world. And we have to get our mind, our heart, and our soul in alignment with what we want to create. So, and I've named it here spiritual vision, or your soul purpose. And that needs to be the driving force in order to start your business, to start a fulfilling life. So instead of starting a business from out of an opportunity, and there are lots of opportunity in life and in business, but what's the opportunity for you? So make sure that you have clarity about yourself, what your soul purpose is, spiritual vision, and start creating from there. And the impact of building a purpose-driven business really pays off. And as you can see, there's a lot of research about that. They experience higher market gains, market share, higher grower percentages, more engagement, employee engagement, and all kind of things. And on top of that, they also have a contribution to society. So again, purpose pays. And it brings me to the second secret, exponential growth, the one key to exponential growth. And what I realized in building all these businesses, helping entrepreneurs, coaching them, mentoring them, what I found is that when it comes to growing and scaling, you need to master your inner game first. Just like, where is he? Already shared with us. And I used to be, so it's about mindset, yes. But I think probably not as you know it or understand it right now. I used to be a mindset or a personal growth junkie. I used to go to seminars, to events, dancing and jumping all around. And I had a great time, very inspired. But after a few days, when I went home, suddenly reality hit me. But I had a solution. I just signed up for the new event. And I did it over and over again. But what I experienced also, that my life, I had big highs, but also deep lows. And I tried to manage myself, and it became more willpower than really that it came from deep, from within. So I got a deep dive into mindset, did a lot of research, traveled all the world with gurus, masters, also idiots, by the way. But what I created, from all of that, I created the exponential mind matrix. And today, as the scoop, introducing this in public, it perfectly captures the essence of rapid and significant growth, highlighting the transformative power of the mind in achieving exponential results. Wow, that's a long sentence. And as you can see, it consists of 4 stages, which shows the evolution of mindset. Let me start with fixed mindset. This is typically where the majority of people are living at, or living in right now. This is the place where circumstances define you. You have a spirit of complacency, ignorance, which can be a blessing, entitlement. You're constantly blaming others, and you experience yourself, you see yourself as the perfect victim, and your environment is reflecting that to you. And as I said, approximately 60% of humanity is there. So the only good news about this is that you're not alone. The second stage is the growth mindset, and a lot of us know the growth mindset. We have been to all kinds of teachers, mentors, and masters who are talking about growth mindset. And here it is that you realize that you and you alone are responsible for the things happening around you. What are you creating? You're responsible, or at least you understand that you have your responsibility in the way you react to such response to situations. And here you are the warrior, typically the warrior. In the fixed mindset of your life, typically everything sucks. But here you are the warrior. You are really fighting against yourself, mainly. It's very transactional, so 1 + 1 = 2, that's it. And approximately 30% of humanity is at this stage. Mainly entrepreneurs, executives. So this, when you are in business, or you want to grow or make your business, your life to a success, typically people are here at this stage. The only sad news is that you are still suffering. There's a glass ceiling. You are stuck in some way, but you do not understand, because you do all kinds of things. You understand performance and mindset, techniques as mind feeding, state management. You work very hard, push, visualization, affirmation, NLP, typically also a technique what has to do with growth mind, the growth mindset. But you're still suffering. Another sad statistic I want to share with you. In your adult life, the typical adult in his or her adult life spends 70% of his or her time in suffering. That's really shocking. So now you understand. And I suppose the majority are in growth mindset. And this is, by the way, a stage you can be very inspired. I used to be inspired with all the seminars and events, jumping and dancing around, and I hate dancing, by the way. But this is where the stage where typically the majority of entrepreneurs are trapped. And a lot of my clients, they don't understand, because if I'm talking about mindset, yeah, I have a growth mindset and life is fine, but the majority of situations, still their life sucks. And this is the big leap. Renewed mind. Understanding this one. When you are here, you experience a life of joy, ease, and grace. This is where you own your mind. You master your mind. In the previous stage, growth mindset, you are managing your mind, but you're running just like a horse behind a carrot, or a donkey behind his carrot. That's the growth. That's the perfect visualization of the growth mind. But here you master your mind. Totally different paradigm. So you are the victor, the victoire. You understand that your goal is an achieving machine. Your brain's the goal-achieving machine. Everything here you do is transformational. So 1 + 1 = 3, 5, 9, or whatever. And approximately only 6% of humanity is at this stage. This is typically the stage where you understand, you get a deeper understanding of the brain, how the brain works, neuroscience, epigenetics. And epigenetics has to do with generational trauma. One of the big, I say that, when people are addicted, young people, mainly young people, they have to deal with epigenetics, generational trauma. Behavioral psychology, and you understand your nervous system. You are able to downregulate your nervous system, and this is where you can manage your stress. You can master your own stress levels. This has to do with repattern and disrupting your brain. So you can you create permanent brain change. So this is an interesting stage to be in. And then followed by the awakened mind, where really magic is happening. So you create your reality. You are the creator. You experience synchronicities, lots of synchronicities and flow. And approximately 1% of people, humanity is at this stage. You understand quantum physics, metaphysics, universal laws of nature, and 4-dimensional manifestation and creation. So this is where magic is happening. And so this is the overview of the whole matrix. And the biggest leap for the majority of people is the jump from growth mindset to the renewed mind. And you can only do that by working with a transformational coach or with a facilitator, because it's all about creating breakthroughs, continuously breaking breakthroughs. And you need someone else who is educated in that, trained in that, to achieve that state of mind. And there's an old paradigm, I call it the growth mindset, because a lot of people are talking about growth mindset, and fantastic, because it's very good. But the new paradigm is about renewed mindset. And typically, growth mindset plus the right growth strategies equals 0 to average business growth. And in the new paradigm, renewed mindset and the right growth strategies equal exponential business growth. So this is the big leap. That brings me to my third and last secret. The quality of life equals the quality of your business. And this has everything to do with living your life by design, instead of living your life by default. A lot of people in the fixed mindset are living their life by default. So if you don't want to do that, just look at them and don't do what they do. That's the first hint I give you. Life by design. And it's about creating a game you can win. And you start to win and then play. And what do I mean with win? Just first design your life. I showed you one of the pictures, the spiritual vision, from there your life vision, and then your business. So first start with getting clarity on your soul purpose before you start playing. Because if you start playing from out of your deepest purpose drive, from out of your soul purpose, you'll get a much more fulfillment, excitement, and zestful life. That's what you will experience. And value is the byproduct, and you live your life, boom, there it is, prosperity in a state of being. And that is what we're here for, yes? Abundance, prosperity, to me, that's all the same. In ending, in closing, the big guy next to me, why I'm showing this, the big guy next to me, that's the grandson of Nelson Mandela, Ndaba Mandela. His grandfather, Nelson Mandela, brought him up because the parents of Ndaba died because of AIDS. And I met him at a business conference in South Africa, where we shared the stage, and he planted the seed of soul purpose into my mind, and later on it went down to my heart, and that's where I became, at a certain point, very enthusiastic about the work I'm doing right now. I'm helping purpose-driven entrepreneurs to grow and scale their business much faster, much better, and in a much more fun way. Very important. There are a lot of speakers, and great speakers, and a lot of speakers after me. And whatever you do in your business or your life, make it matter. Thank you. God bless.
Michael here. Who has a question? Don't be shy. Yes, Karina, here.
How did you make your big leap, and how did it affect how you do business?
Yeah. Is it on?
You probably already heard it.
Not sure if yeah. Okay.
Did the audience also hear it? So how did I make my big leap? And
How did it affect your business? What did you start doing differently in your business?
well, that's kind of story. I was always a high achiever, so working hard, pushing hard, and that was the state I was at until 2016, 2017, I think, and also the type of coaches I had back then were in that mindset, push, push, push. You know, J.T. Fox, right? Great guy, by the way, but at a certain point I realized this is not me anymore. And it was an interesting journey. During COVID, I started learning new things. So I went, not viral, I went, I say that, online. Yeah, I went online. And so I never have been working so hard as during the pandemic. Our business grew very fast. I think it doubled. And I started writing my book. And that's an interesting journey. Not only it saved me a lot of cost for therapy, but I also got to connect the dots. Finally, I had time to reflect, looking backwards. Just like Steve Jobs is saying, you only can connect the dots looking backwards. And that was exactly what I did. So I can really encourage you to start writing a book about your journey, because we all have our personal journey, our personal story. Not that everybody's interested in your story, but for yourself, it's very interesting. And that made me realize that I'm not the guy anymore that's in the push, push, push arena. So I started to look for new mentors. And it's interesting, when you decide, okay, I want something else, but where can I find it? And boom, via internet, it popped up. And one of my mentors became David Bayer. He's, I think, one of the biggest guy on mindset and spirituality, at least in the US, because in Europe he's not very familiar, not very well known. But he helped me with the ahas. Oh, shit, that is... So this is why my willpower is only bringing me up to here. But in order to make the leap forward, I need something else. And I realized that I was thinking the same thoughts over and over again, and I was creating the life I didn't want to live. So it started with realizing the awareness, and then finding the right mentors that help you or kick you into the next stage. Is that answering your question? You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, last one, because we just have 1 minute left.
Yeah?
Can you see it from there?
Please repeat.
Yes.
I'm interested in your personal, spiritual purpose that you combined with your business purpose, so to be successful in your business.
Yeah, interested. Okay, cool. Well, I have a passion for helping entrepreneurs, struggling entrepreneurs mainly. Why? My father used to be a struggling entrepreneur. So I know from as a little child what it is to have someone at home, your father, you don't understand it, but you feel it. The tension, the problems, the challenges, the quarrels. So I hated that. So I decided I didn't want to become an entrepreneur ever. So at my 30 years of age, I became an entrepreneur. Interesting. And every time I see a struggling entrepreneur, I see my father. So this is part of my journey. And because I helped my wife with elevating her business in mental health, this also helped me. And I really got touched by the young women, by their problems, the challenges, and all the difficult things they were going through. This, so really, the suffering, and in this combination, I think I can be of service to the community.